everyone is born in every human being is born in a certain way, a natural way. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had the best form, physical form and spiritual form. The heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, shaytaan could never enter. Why? Because we know that shaytaan enters those passageways in the back, and because he is made from smokeless fire, he's able to enter the passageways because he's not physical like us, even though he can come in physical form. And when he does, even his spittle is wet and cold, because the hadith states that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once held shaytaan by the neck until he could feel the dribble of shaytaan, and the dribble was wet and cold. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I would have tied him on the pillar of the masjid so the children of Al-Madinah could see him the next day. This is the spiritual power granted to the children in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the extent that he said if a Dajjal appeared in his time, the children of Al-Madinah will kick him out with their slippers. Spiritual power at that time. So what shaytaan does is, if someone is not doing dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he comes through these passages and he places a snout which he has into that passage, and then he does waswasa. If the human being allows the shaytaan to enter these passages, the shaytaan will begin doing waswasa. The waswasa always starts from kufriyat, to disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or to leave al-Islam, or to reject Allah, reject Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the major wasawis. If the believer ignores these, the shaytaan then tries placing doubt in certain aspects of Islam, or place bid'ah, innovation in the heart. If the shaytaan realizes he cannot do this, then he makes wasawis, whisperings of major sins, kaba'ir. If the shaytaan cannot make the person do this, then he wants him to do minor sins, even though minor sins are not minor in reality. Minor sins are like sticks. If someone gathers little sticks and he keeps gathering those sticks, eventually he will have enough sticks to bake bread on. In the same way, those sins, those small sins, if you add those small sins together, there is enough fire for him to burn in. That's how minor sins are like. And remember, sinning, dhunub, sinning, is the baridul kufr. What they mean by baridul kufr is the messages of kufr, disbelief. So if shaitan cannot make him do minor sins, like major sin is zina, minor sin is looking at women. But when we say minor sin, it does not mean that it's not haram, it's still haram. It means it's not like zina. Then, if he cannot make him do that, then he tries moving him away from mustahabbat, or try making him do makruhat, disliked things. And then this continues, this war with us and shaitan. So those passages which he enters through are only open if the person removes himself from dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the wisdom of the sibha, what we call tasbih. If you keep remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, and salawat and salam upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is one of the best forms of dhikr. These doorways, even though they were found in the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, shaitan could not enter them. Then finally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shaitan could never enter them. Why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is always constantly in dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala.